Hello and welcome to today's seminar. Today we are going to talk about how to use the narcissist and the devil to heal. Reversing the table. Does it make sense? See, you as an empath, the devil, the narcissist were using you to meet their own needs. They wanted control over you. They wanted dominance over you. They knew that your insecurity, your fear was out of being abandoned, that you would do anything to not be abandoned, that you would do anything to not be rejected. The trauma, the childhood trauma, the mother wound had left you blaming yourself for the dysfunction of your mother, for the inconsistency of your mother, for her exploitive, manipulative behavior. You are blaming yourself. You are absorbing her emotions. You ended up becoming a person as an adult who manages the emotion of everybody else. You became an adult who softened to and neglected and suppressed her own needs to meet the needs, the expectations of others. But it isn't your job to meet the expectations of others. It's not your job to meet the needs of your mother. It's her responsibility to meet her own needs. So, what we are talking about is that the pattern inside of you, the fear of abandonment, which is a false fear, the fear of rejection, the fear of failure, the fear of being criticized, all of them came from the wound. They are projections of the wound. When the wound is left unhealed, it becomes a fear we project into everything and everyone. That means you personalize rejection. You personalize abandonment. It wasn't your fault your mother abandoned you. It wasn't. It wasn't your fault that job rejected you. It wasn't. So when you start seeing the pattern for what it is, that this is trauma response, that you don't have any control about what others choose to do to you. The only thing you have control over is how you respond. When you remove that blame cycle from yourself, when you see it for what it is, that it was a childhood survival mechanism, it was not true, it was not real, it is a false. Now you start taking responsibility. The pattern that was attracting the narcissist and the devil into your life that said, okay, don't leave me, I'll give you anything. Now you shifted. You're not responsible. They were selfish. You're not responsible. They were cruel. You're not responsible. They were disrespectful. People are who they are. People treat you not what you deserve, but according to who they are. So we are talking about taking down the internal enemy, using the devil and the narcissist to take down your internal enemy. The enemy you will mostly avoid facing because you are afraid, because you are externalizing, because you are projecting onto others. So, taking responsibility, seeing the wound, seeing the projections of fear from the wound onto others for what it is, you start taking responsibility for your own choices. You start prioritizing your own need. You know that you don't need to meet the needs of others. It's not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to prioritize your own needs. When you know that you have an internal enemy that resisted often that your own needs be suppressed, so that others' needs can be met, when you know that this is lie, this is an internal enemy that has been interfering in every choices you are making, small or big. Now you start changing how you speak to yourself. You start changing how you see yourself. You start looking for help to help yourself. You have two enemies. You have internal enemy, fear of abandonment, fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of criticism. And you have external enemy, the devil, the toxic people, the narcissist mother, other people who carry toxicity, who wish to see you at the bottom. You have enemies, real enemies. These enemies will fight you. But what I'm going to focus on today is I want you to see this. I want you to involve God. You see, growing up in a family that's dysfunctional, that didn't know God, that did not honor God, we grew distant from God. So it was easier for the devil to come and, mess with our head and create those false stories of fear of abandonment, I'm unworthy, I'm inadequate, all of that. Now, all of this process, the pain, the suffering because of clinging to those false beliefs, the injury, the wound that has been incurred in the process, have taught us that there is a better way to live, that we need to help, and that's why you are here. So everything that happens to us in life, good or bad, realizing that God has upper hand, that God is divinely present in the evolution, in the creation, in the nurturing, in the healing, in the guidance, in the protection, in the feeding, in everything that we do. He is a master. Now, God does not cause on us harm. God does not cause on us evil. God is pure and perfect. God hates evil. God hates harm, that any harm touches you. But God allows the harm and evil to touch you some. Why? Now, God has given everyone a free will. The devil has chosen to use his free will for something wrong, for an ill motive, selfishness, entitlement, claiming God. And he blames humanity and God for his own dysfunction. Now, there are among human beings also who do that. The narcissist is one of them. The narcissist is the ally of the devil, the supporter of the devil. The narcissist, his characteristic or her characteristic is a traitor and liar. That's what devil is. They are allies, they are friends. So, to shift the blame from them, to walk away from bitterness, and to focus on what we can do better to heal our own life, knowing that God is present, knowing that God is on top, knowing that God has upper hand, seeing the purpose, the divine purpose of our journey, of what happened to us, can make us feel more at ease and less bitter, less resentful, and more forgiving, more compassionate. And that facilitates the healing process much easier. Healing by itself becomes a natural process. So they have, while the devil and the narcissist, they intend for your downfall when they are doing what they are doing, what they did, the damage. It was with a complete intention, evil intention, wicked intention of bringing you down. They wanted to bring you down. That is their intention. That's evil. Now, when the evil intends to harm you, to bring you down, they are attacking your spirit, your identity, your character. They want to erase those and make you comply to them. But the soul, the human spirit, were not created to bend. It was not created to bend to lies. No, it doesn't settle. It can be hurt, it can be bruised, it can be broken, but it doesn't die. But guess what? If it is supported, it grows through that process. So that's what we are talking about. God has a divine purpose. When this devil and his allies are coming to hurt you, God knows everything. He sees everything. The devil is a dog of God. The dog of God. So when you know you have God by your side, when you know that God will help you in this healing process, when you know that there is a divine purpose, you turn inward, you turn to God. God allows that hurt, that harm, that evil to happen to direct you towards Him, to bring you to Him, to show you the areas, the weaknesses you need to work on yourself, to teach you discernment, to teach you wisdom. So you know what kind of relationships you allow into your life, what kind of people you allow into your life, and what kind of people you do not. So you set based on according to your inner world. You know yourself. You remove the things that hurt you. Remove things and people that disturb your peace. The people when they come near you that bring chaos, negative energy, you remove them from your life. You don't have control over what happens to you, but you have complete control over how you choose to respond. So God is teaching us through the narcissist and the devil discernment, wisdom, humility, and being completely reliant on Him. The trust that has been betrayed by a narcissist mother, narcissist father, or a husband, or a friend, it is a damage. But that damage shows us something, a weakness in us. So instead of continuously projecting the fear, living in a cycle of being afraid of not betrayed, compromising our own needs, no, that it is unhealthy. By healing the trauma, you learn discernment. You don't live in a cycle of attracting people who betray you, but you have discernment to choose who you allow and who you do not allow. You face fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of abandonment, fear of criticism every day. You prioritize your own needs and well being and your life purpose. Putting God first in your life, you learn that meeting your own needs means you need to stand up inside of yourself and see that you have resistance internal. Take down that enemy through God and take down the external enemy through God. So, while concluding this seminar, summarizing it, nobody likes betrayal. It hurts so bad that your mother, the very person you trusted so much, is the very one that breaks your heart, that allies with the devil to take you down. It hurts so bad, and it wounds so bad, and it cuts so deep. And nobody deserves it. Nobody deserves it. But that's not the end of your story. That's not the end of our story. My story, it is not. It is the beginning of something big. It is finding God. It is knowing what matters mostly to us in our life and to focus on what matters mostly and to identify the secondary things. Relationships are secondary. Relationship with your mother, father, sister, brother, spouse, marriage, all of them are secondary. Son, daughter, all of it is secondary. When you know the secondary, what is number one in your life, you will be able to make choices that prioritize your own needs. This world is a life, this life is only for a short time. And we will all die. And we will all meet with our God. And we will all be accounted for what we did, the good and the bad. If you are a believer, you believe in hellfire and heaven. And it is true for us, for believers, it's true. We will meet God. We will meet God and we will be accounted. So this life is a preparation for the next life. When you realize that this is a preparation, that this is not permanent, when we die, we leave everything behind, we go alone. We came to this world alone, we go alone. So when you know that your relationship with God is number one, that is a big deal. The relationship you have with God is number one, that is a big deal. Now, every other relationship, when it contradicts it, you cut all ties with them. You remove them: mother, father, sister, brother, husband, friend, colleague, boss, king, rich man, rich woman, beautiful woman. It doesn't matter. See, all of these material things will vanish. The only one that remains is God. So holding on to someone that's permanent is wisdom. So know that God is a priority in your life and put Him first in your life. And make Him an ally in this life journey every day. Connect with Him, get close to Him. You, through God, fight your enemies, internal and external. Live a life aligned to your life purpose. When you know these are the priorities, then you have a space into deciding if you want to allow other things into your life, relationship. If it matches with that, support goes well, good. Friends that share your vision, you meet new people that share your vision, good, thank you, welcome. But when it doesn't, no. You focus on what matters. You leave that things that do not matter. Your needs are important. Wants are not important. Wants are optional. To be liked is a want, but to be peaceful is a need. So prioritize your needs. Don't confuse between need and wants. Put God first. Put your own needs and well-being first, before that of other relationship. And from that, truth live. Anyone who might say it, welcome. Who does not, leave them. Remove them from your life. So focus on what matters to you. Build yourself. Build something you like that can be a service to humanity. Focus on it. Show up for yourself every single day. Hold on to God tightly. Fight for meeting your needs. Take down the enemy inside of you through God, and take down the enemy out through God. Know that this life is a preparation for the hereafter, so live from that truth. Thank you for watching. If this had resonated with you, for more like this, click on subscribe, like, and share this video with somebody who you wish they should hear it. I would love also to hear your path to healing. Leave your comments or any question. See you in the next video.